like World of Warcraft is dying, yo. There was this there was a harassment lawsuit going on last week, and then 2 days ago, now it's July 30, 2 days ago, this guy preached. He was playing this World of Warcraft for a long time, and now he's gonna quit. Now let's actually see what's really going on.
After so many years, the road has come to an end. Time to give up on World of Warcraft.
The same shit. Everybody, like most of my friends were playing this World of Warcraft. Now I'm only seeing one of my friends. Like I had like 5, 6 friends playing World of Warcraft, my close friends. Now I only see one friend. Like even nowadays, it feel like so boring. Now let's listen to this guy. What's he really? He was like making a lot of content. Let's actually see what his opinion about it.
Many of you may have seen floating around Twitter or on Reddit or on live streams, whatever it might be, is that we are stopping our coverage of World of Warcraft as of right now. This has not been an easy decision, as you can imagine. We have a team of people who work here now, putting stuff together for you guys to hopefully put a smile on your faces. That is all we aim to do. And in terms of WoW, we have to kind of stop right there. So I'm going to clarify a few things. Not everything is going away. I'll explain why shortly. Let's do the reasons first. Get that out of the way. So first reason, obviously, is the recent allegations. That was really the straw that broke the camel's back. It is the tipping point. To find out, after all we've been through with World of Warcraft since probably the beginning of BFA, that on top of that, this environment has existed within Blizzard to the point now where they're staging a walkout. I've just been checking and updating myself on this. Is that the staff?
Okay, I think he worried about the new news, I think. But I don't give a fuck. In my opinion, I don't give a fuck about the news, actually. It doesn't bother me playing the game. But I have to make sure when I play the game, like, I'm just putting like 5, 6 hours on it. And I have to make sure I like it. I still it's interesting because compared to Dota, to the other game I play, World of Warcraft seems like more peaceful. But the game and quest, most things are like the new Shadowland. It feels like you are doing a job, basically. You have to go and do this is a task. Like the other part is not unlocked unless you complete this, and everything's like you are assigned to a task and you have to keep on completing, and I don't see much fun in it. Now let's see what he's saying.
For doing a walkout due to Blizzard's awful, reprehensible response to an abhorrent situation that has been plaguing Blizzard for a very long time in terms of its harassment of women. And then at that point, I no longer feel comfortable promoting and advertising the game, which is essentially what happens. That is the relationship I hold with Blizzard, with having a large audience, is that we produce content, we check out content that's in development, we get to see things a little bit earlier in order to get that out to you guys as a promotional tool. That's how Blizzard sees it, and in return, we get to make fun content about a game we absolutely adore. I no longer feel comfortable doing that at all. That's reason number one. It's hard to get past that for me. It really is. It's too hard. It's too big of a hill to climb. Reason number two is, at this point, I honestly have very little positive to say about World of Warcraft. It does feel like, for the last few years, Blizzard has really pushed to have players like myself leave. It does feel that way. We've talked about it a number of times. A great deal of the changes and directions that Blizzard have gone in, I've been very outspoken about. And BFA in particular, and this is relevant now, is one of the expansions where I essentially had to bitch and moan throughout the entire expansion because systems like Warfronts, which are unlosable content, islands that had no variety, Azerite armor, which was just a plague on the game since it came in, with refusal to allow us to even trade it at all. At one point, it didn't matter on item levels, you couldn't trade it whatsoever. You were locked into it because it was super special, or Blizzard believed it was super special. And that's the line that we draw, is that what Blizzard believes is not what I believe. For a long way. A further example of just how near enough every feature of the game that has come in since BFA has been either half developed, undercooked, a missed opportunity is how I would describe it most accurately. Certainly when it comes to Shadowlands, Torghast is a missed opportunity, the Covenants are a missed opportunity. There is so much that could have been done with each of those features that just hasn't been done. They've let us down far too often. Shadowlands launched with the idea that we were going to put all the systems into the game at the start so we can just tweak and modify them and make them more fun as the game goes on, instead of having to constantly reinvent the wheel. They let us down with that, and immediately in the first patch, with the addition of the Shards of Domination. Take a moment to really emphasize this, because I think the Shards of Domination sockets and the armor really exemplifies just how distant my point of view is with World of Warcraft and Blizzard's vision of World of Warcraft. I have heard reports in the last week or so, directly from some contacts, that Blizzard is confused as to why the players are disgruntled with Shards of Domination, because in the eyes of some people at Blizzard, they're basically tier sets. Now, let that sink in for a minute, because when I heard this first and then heard it multiple times from different people, I was honestly gobsmacked. This is before the entire revelation. I hear things a lot that I don't talk about on the channel, but to hear that like 2 weeks ago, something like that, I was really shocked that anybody at Blizzard would equate Shards of Domination with tier sets. How can you equate something that is not stylized specifically for your class? One of the most exciting things that people get about tier sets is seeing their new tier set. What's the new rogue one? What's the new paladin one? What's the new themed around my class that I love and enjoy? My main character, what is he going to get going into that new raid? A lot of them don't even care about the bonuses. They just want to see how cool they look. And is it got the warlock themed going to be plagued one? Is the rogue one going to be stealthy in some way? How's it going to equate to daggers and all that kind of stuff? But Shards of Domination don't do that at all in any way. The bonuses that come with tier sets are spec-specific. No, they're not always enjoyable, but they usually offer some sort of gameplay variety to keep your class interesting throughout the entire expansion. It might be something as simple as death coils proc more often, so you get to throw a few extra ones in. Something that gives a little bit of flavor, a little bit of spice to your character. Gems that provide a percentage flat damage increase are about the least creative thing in the universe for a video game. They're not interesting at all. I can't even tell if they're working without using third-party add-ons. How they've been equated to tier sets is beyond me. Now we look at the further problems, and I'm glad I'm recording this in the evening. Because what we've also seen with Shards of Domination, and we saw this on the PTR, we told Blizzard about it, they're not balanced. The Unholy one is way more powerful than the Frost one and the Blood one. So everybody wants to get the Unholy one. We could test this within minutes. Minutes of acquiring them on the PTR. This is the quickest, easiest check in the world to figure this stuff out. Blizzard leaves it as it is. So when the game comes out and we point out all the problems with this, acquisition, not getting the ones you want, the randomness of it, and the fact that you decided to add like a 10% DPS increase for several classes, should they get lucky? No tier set in the game has ever been like, oh, you just do 10% more damage than everybody else in your team now because you managed to get your 2-set bonus. That's not how this works, but this is how Shards of Domination works. And not only that, they're really boring. A bit of leech, a bit of flat damage when I attack a mob for a few seconds. I can't tell if it's going on, it does nothing for my gameplay, they're really boring. So you made a massive damage increase, you made it really boring, and then, after weeks of players scrabbling to get these things, being disgruntled with them, being frustrated with them, being relieved when they finally get them, being even angrier when they still didn't get them, farming Raid Finder, Normal, Heroic, etc. to try and get the armor to put these things in, because unlike tier sets, you made them twice as obnoxious to get, because you needed the gems and the armor to put them in. Tonight, they've nerfed them into the ground. It's embarrassing for you, Blizzard. And this is the reason that people are just angry and frustrated. You created an entirely frustrating, annoying system when you said you wouldn't. Then you made it really boring. Then you made it super powerful. And then after all was said and done, you then crushed it into the ground. Embarrassing. Because everybody told you about this stuff before the patch even came out. It shows a lack of effort. It shows a lack of quality control. A lack of regard for players' time. It just comes across to us as players as you don't give a shit. You don't care. You just make us jump through hoops, and then you move the hoops, and you make the hoops smaller, and then you tell us the hoops are pointless. They don't earn you anything anyway.
Yeah, I kinda agree with the point. I think, you know, the people who create this game actually don't. Some of them don't even play the game. they create stuff, and the people who play the game are actually affected. I see that in a lot of places in World of Warcraft. Now let's see.
And it happens time and time and time again. And it's always plagued by problems that players such as myself see within 2 to 3 minutes of checking the system out. Hey guys, this isn't going to work. It's got this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. These are glaringly obvious problems. You don't need to be a specialist in game design or a master video games critic to spot these things. And here we are with you doing it again. I'm lost for words with the direction that this game constantly goes in. I don't recognize it anymore. I don't. And I'm so sad because the idea is I should grow out of the game and go on to do other things and be tempted by the new biggest thing. But that's not what's happened. You've just ran it into the frigging ground for players like me. And I say for players like me because I'm not speaking for everybody. But players like me are just endlessly frustrated and disgruntled with being treated like this. Because we enjoy your game and we constantly end up chasing the fucking feather at the end of the stick, round in a circle, and then you just tell us it was all for nothing anyway. And it's all because you didn't plan it out properly, you rushed it, you didn't take care and attention. I can tell you now, if I was sat in that room and this thing was suggested, I would have said, no! Why are we doing this? Who is this benefiting? Why is this fun? Why the hell would anybody be excited by this? Why are you giving it a crazy damage bonus? Didn't we say we weren't going to add more systems? Isn't there room in the conduit system for something like this? Can't we focus on making legendaries more interesting? Can't we focus on making conduits and soulbinds more interesting? Because they're really boring. And you keep making us grind renown for it. So, all through BFA, I spent my time trying to get these changes implemented, which we kind of saw at the end of Battle for Azeroth. At the very, very tail end of the expansion, they finally started to relent on these things. And probably with 9.3 or whatever, they'll relent on some of this. Perhaps they'll take conduit energy away. But I can't in good conscience even consider spending the next 6 months of my time, however long it takes for 9.2, to moan about this game, because it just comes across that you don't care anyway. When I see changes like this, it's like, well, you don't care, so why the fuck should I care? Right? If you can't tune legendaries before a patch comes out, or domination shards, or the soulbinds, which are all completely out of whack, why the fuck should I care? Why should I? And I don't anymore. It's run out of me. You've killed my passion for this. You've absolutely killed it. I was presented with two options, which is either I spend the next 6 months bitching and moaning, which is somebody who just wants to make videos that essentially not for free because we're supported by you guys financially. And we hope you continue to do that. But my channel was demonetized and the rally of support was entirely because we wanted to keep pushing because we loved the game and we wanted to make these videos. We wanted to talk. I want to talk, sit here and nerd out with you about World of Warcraft endlessly. I want to do that because usually we're talking about great, fun stuff. Little fun builds we can do. Classes that are more interesting than they seem to be. All that kind of stuff. And I'm passionate and care about doing those things. And all of that has been taken away. All of it. And it's been done lazily. It's done haphazardly. And believe me, to the devs who may watch this, I appreciate how hard 9.1 has been. I've seen all your tweets that you had to do entirely from home. I truly, truly appreciate how hard you had to do it. But at the end of the day, I'm a customer. And when I'm served a half-cooked steak, I don't want to eat it still. I don't care. Like, it's not... I don't care is the wrong word. But I'm not overly... It's not my issue that it was hard to get the meat or the oven's broke or whatever it might be. I still don't want to eat it. I understand that you worked hard on it. I really do. And I wish it wasn't this way. But it is this way. It's absolutely this way. And so for that reason, we can't do it. So I hope that... I can go endlessly, because it literally... there's nearly everything in Shadowlands is is the same. It's a missed opportunity. It's half developed. It's the bare bones of what it could potentially be, and it's just sad to see so much lost potential going along with it. There's no end to the amount of subjects. So I think the Shards of Domination one is a prime example. So what are you going to see from us then? Well, there's a few things I still want to do because I care about them, and I think they celebrate the player. And I think that's the important distinction that we made in our team meeting where we decided this, because obviously it's extremely scary times. Because, you know, losing a lot of your audience, which is no doubt there are people who only care about World of Warcraft stuff. Fine. If that's the only game you ever want to see videos on, okay. Drama time is going to stay because that's a celebration of the players and the silliness that goes on in being anonymous in video games. We even include other games in that already. So drama time is going to stay. There are 2 projects with World of Warcraft I would like to finish, which I also believe celebrate the player. One is the Legacy series, and the fact that I no longer... Because what I've been doing for months is I don't stream World of Warcraft. I stream 5 days a week, and we don't stream WoW because it's very boring to watch. So we do variety. So that meant that for the World of Warcraft stuff, I was then finishing the stream and playing 6 or 7 hours of World of Warcraft afterwards in order to create the YouTube content. I'm not going to do that now. So I can have that time back to focus on the Legacy series. And I really want to finish When the Classes Were the Best series. We started that last week, and you guys absolutely adored it, and it was fantastic. So I want to continue doing that. So I want to finish that series because I think it's super fun. And that entire series and the Legacy series is focused on the players' behavior with these specs and classes, and that's what I find really fun. And plus, I love making them. It's as simple as that. I love making them, and they're not relevant to what's going on in the current day World of Warcraft. It's nothing to do with them in any way. So some of you can say, well, you're not walking the fine line or whatever, but I don't care. That's what I want to make. On top of that, luckily we've been producing or getting ready to launch a second channel. We always wanted this channel to be the World of Warcraft channel. Couldn't see a reason not to do that. Is to have the main channel, or what we call the main channel, is the World of Warcraft channel, because there was no reason not to do that. And so we were preparing to create a second channel with the team, and they've been working on that in a while. That'll obviously be coming over here. We're going to make some mistakes. That's the way it goes with launching new styles of content. We are going to make some mistakes. So hopefully you'll ride along with us for that. That's all I can ask for, really. Is I hope and pray you'll ride along with us. And give us a chance if you're interested in those things. We will look at other MMOs. We are going to look at all sorts of video games. And basically, I'm going to make what I'm passionate about, because all the passion is gone for me from World of Warcraft. Am I quitting the game? Probably very soon, actually. The only commitment I had was to my team. I put together a raid team to clear Sylvanas Heroic with old mythic raiders from varieties of guilds. Now, I will say I have done that. We did that this evening, just before I recorded this. Yet they want to do another kill next week for some guys who couldn't be there tonight, so I'm going to do that. But in terms of day-to-day play, absolutely not. Not doing that. It won't be on stream or anything like that. I'll finish that and then probably stop. I did say this morning, and I'm going to link to a more emotional take on this down below, which you can look into if you want to. If you want more context for this, it'll be on our highlights channel, which is... If the entire Blizzard culture... I never say never. So if the entire Blizzard culture comes across like they've done something positive and good, like they managed to fix this atrocious, awful internal situation they've got, and they managed to get their heads out of their asses in terms of what direction this game should go in, and more respect for the players. Because it feels like there's no respect for the players. It almost feels like Blizzard resents the players in a lot of ways. If that changes, I'll come and have a look. I'll come and check it out. It's not going to be WoW coverage, but maybe. I'm never going to say never, but for the now, I can't see it. Certainly won't be covering things like upcoming 9.2 changes or anything like that. That's stuff that you're probably used to from my channel. So I apologize for anybody who's like saddened that that's gone, but I hope you understand why I've made this decision. And I've had a lot of contact with people who are like, you need to stay to support the innocent people. And I totally get that. There are thousands of innocent people who do not deserve to have people like me bashing on the game, and have worked really, really hard, and will be saddened that I'm bashing the game and be upset at what I'm saying. But ultimately, I have to measure it by my own moral compass, and I feel like I just can't justify World of Warcraft and support it anymore. From my point of view, I have been supporting a game that has been actively working against me and players like me for like 2.5 years at this point, really. That's what it feels like, just actively doing things to disrupt and frustrate players like myself. And I know other players have felt the same way. Not everybody will, but that's where I'm at. Anyway, considering it's been so many years, I think we had a good time, didn't we? I think so. I think we had a really good time. I'm going to miss it because, you know, for a long time, up until about 2 years ago, this job that I made into a job from just enjoying this game was so easy. So fun every single day. But it's not been that way for a long time now. It's not been that way. But I think we had fun along the way. And we had some memorable moments. Chris has whipped together, very short notice, a little montage of things, which is a bit emotional for me. I haven't even watched it all the way through. But on to bigger and better things, hopefully. Right? So if you're looking for any more information, preachgaming.com. We'll have stuff there. And obviously the live stream if you want to ask me questions or anything like that. But that is the situation, guys. If you're looking for day-to-day World of Warcraft content, it will no longer be here. Okay? Love you all, you know. You guys gave me a great opportunity. I got to travel the world because of World of Warcraft and Blizzard. I was treated very well by them eventually. At some point. Recently, actually. I am at a loss as to how this happened.
Hello, ballers! What's going on? And welcome to Preach, the Daily Preach. Blizzard used to make bosses that had just really stupid mechanics. They made things that were just fun. You guys know I love a good story. A good story can be anything, but especially a good myth.
Thirdly, take opportunity.
Remember 40-man raiding? I do. It fucking sucked! It was too hard. But the truth of the matter is... Move, mate. Move.
In the last video, you said we didn't transmog enough. Well, here you go. You should follow along with me, see if anything relates to you, or maybe different points of view.
Hey, come on, big guy. Come on, let's go and get right.
Looks like he needs help getting dressed in the morning. It's Houston, you've got the higher gear score, let's go.
Give me your pub, where do you live? Where the fuck do you live? Where do you fucking live? Don't touch these. These are mine. Thought you'd never ask me. In a fire! Well, we're not going to bring the shit races, are we?
Whoa! Whoa! The spirits! He tucks me in every night.
Because Forum Man is here to solve your problems.
Fuck you, man. Are you trying to fuck me on the stream? You trying to make me look like a fucking dickhead? Woo! Fucking awesome!
Now we've got lag.
Fucking kill you, Chris! I swear to God! That's the bit. Once per week. So far away! It's on the other side of the room, bro! It does feel like in the Shadowlands Blizzard went out of the way to disrupt you guys. No, Chris! No! Give me the mouse!
Mana pearls from Ashtatar as an inspiration.
That's so sad, man. That's so sad. But yeah, he has a good point of view. You know, if you don't like it and if you have some better game, I would do the same thing as well. Like, you're gonna be spending 5-6 hours on gaming and streaming. It's not even, it's kind of feel miserable if you don't like it. But for me, if I like it, I think I am still love, because I don't find any better game that is more enjoyable than this, because I think I didn't taste enough games yet. I am playing currently like Dota 2 and World of Warcraft also kinda in Counter Strike. For me, it's kinda like when compared to Dota 2 is like very intense game. Compared to Dota 2, World of Warcraft seems better. But if you have a better game and you don't find this one interesting, there's no point staying in this. So I actually understand why he left. And that's it for this. And whatever your opinion about this, just put it in the comment section.